What up, fam? It's your boy Dtlf back with another video, man. Good to see y'all. Hopefully, everybody's been doing good, man. Definitely told you guys I promised I'd cover the finals, even though with my injury, pushing through it, man. I'm very excited to talk basketball again. We'll have around the league tomorrow. I already have my guest all ready to go, and tonight, man, we talk NBA's finals. It's about to tip off in less than 30 minutes, so I'm very excited for that. Heat versus Nuggets. If you love basketball, you're gonna watch regardless. I know we don't have a horse in the fight. We don't really have anything, but I mean, the underdog is still in the building, man. Shout out to Jimmy and the Miami Heat. It should be fun. A lot of people, mostly everybody, has picked the Denver Nuggets, and that's fine. Obviously, they are the favorites. They seem to have more depth. Obviously, they got the brighter superstars in a sense that they're gonna shine the brightest offensively. But here's the thing, right? Miami is coming through with one of the toughest mindsets in the league. And I think that is actually the Achilles heel of the Denver Nuggets. They're going up against a tough team. The altitude won't make that much of a difference versus a battle tested Miami Heat team that practices hard, plays hard, and just in general is coached extremely smart and hard. And they got role players that are dogs, man. They're going to get after it. I cannot wait to watch the game tonight. Who do you guys have? I see Heat's in 6. What's up, Happy Go Lucky? What's up, man? King, how you doing, bro? But listen, I don't just want to talk about this final series. I also want to talk about rumors that have been going on. They're saying that a dark horse to pry Austin Reeves away from the Lakers is the San Antonio Spurs. I just don't buy it. I think the Lakers will match everything. Matter of fact, there's been reports that the Lakers will even match all the way up to $100 million 4-year deal if that is what is dished out, which would be a little bit of an overpay for Austin Reeves, but he proved that he is valuable, especially in the postseason. He stepped up big time. So I'd be extremely happy by bringing him back. I don't care what he gets paid. It's not coming out of my pocket. Just make sure you bring that kid back, as well as Rui Hachimura. All right. We got some new head coaching hirings going on around the league as well. We will talk more in depth with that on our show around the league tomorrow. But, congratulations to Monty Williams. This dude, man, he made potentially $100 million on an 8-year deal with some stipulations and stuff. So he's going to Detroit, and according to reports, they really had to pry him away because he had initially turned them down. So they showed him the money. They opened up the briefcase, and that was good enough, right? That money talks. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. Now, back to the Miami Heat series. What are going to be the keys tonight in order for Miami to pull off an upset in this series? It starts with tonight, right? Setting the tone. I think the Heat have to do what the Lakers couldn't and try to steal a game on the road. Again, they're battle tested. They're very tough mentally, physically, and they're going to get after it. This is a team that never gives up. Remember, they went up 3-0, then they lost the next 3 in a row. 90% of the teams would have folded after, giving up a 3-0 lead in the series, but not the Miami Heat. Not the Miami Heat. So today, I actually think the Heat could pull off the stunner and get the dub. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's going to have to be spectacular. Bam is going to be the key to this series. Can he do what Anthony Davis could not? And that's actually try to neutralize Jokic a little bit, right? Can he do what other teams in the West could not? And also put pressure on him on the defensive end and force him to guard you as well. So a lot of cross matchups to look forward to. Obviously, you got the Jamal Murray, Jimmy Butler ones. I think Caleb Martin should start out on Jamal Murray. I think he's an exceptional defender. Gets through screens. Should be fun to see him scrap out there. And then, they got Gabe Vincent, who can also switch out on multiple positions and stuff like that. But it's going to be crucial that they get off to a quick start. Miami does. So they get a chance to do that, then it's anybody's ball game, right? I might do a post-game recap today, especially if the game is really, really good. But I actually think Miami could pull off an upset. It starts with tonight. They have to win game 1 or game 2, but preferably game 1. That way they can set the tone. Jimmy Butler's having a magnificent run here, and he's got some hella good players. He said it recently in one of his interviews. He doesn't call them role players. Those are his teammates. At times their role has been bigger than his offensively. So, it's refreshing to see a player, a superstar like Jimmy, really respect his teammates because they work equally as hard as them. Nuggets in 5, Nuggets in 6. Everybody has the Nuggets, which is fine, but they're clearly the top dog. Now, I find it ironic because before I came on the live stream, last series, Malone and the players were complaining about how they didn't get a lot of talk, and everybody was talking about the Lakers. Well, Bruce Brown brought up Anthony Davis again, so it seems like they can't let go of us, and they're obsessed with us, right? Saying that Jokic gave AD the work, but it's like, why are we still in your mind? You're in the finals, you know what I'm saying? But hey, rent free. At the end of the day, that's what it is, you know. Other reports I want to talk about was the Kyrie situation. It's now being reported that Kyrie really didn't have a verbal agreement with the Dallas Mavericks. So again, anything is possible. We're also hearing rumors that the Lakers might be interested in a sign and trade with D'Angelo Russell, right? Potentially for clutch client Fred VanVleet. What do you guys think of Fred VanVleet? Do you guys think he's the point guard we need? I think he's nice. I think he'd be a little bit of an upgrade to D'Lo. How much of an upgrade to be determined, right? It always looks good on other teams till they come here, and then in the big bright lights and the big stage, that's where we really get to see how good that player is. But yeah, uh, the Heat will play hard. That's all we can expect from Miami. And honestly, I think that's going to be one of the Achilles heels of the Denver Nuggets. But the question is, what play style will prevail, right? Obviously, Denver wants to push the pace, and Miami wants to muck it up and make it a half court game and get really physical. I hope physicality prevails in this series. That's what I want to see. I'm an old school basketball fan, and I like to see physical play. Let them play, refs. Don't get involved. By the way, breaking news: Eric Lewis will not be officiating the NBA Finals because obviously he was caught with a burner account. So that is great news, as well as the John Morant situation. I mean, there's really so much to talk about. I'm gonna save most of these conversations for tomorrow on Around the League. But I mean, Adam Silver basically said they've uncovered a fair amount of additional information, and they really could have shelved out punishment now. However, because of the NBA Finals, he's saying it's not fair to the players. I think a big, the hammer of Thor is coming down on John Morant. Something major is going to happen because it didn't sound too good based on what the commissioner said. Honestly, if if it was a minor punishment, I think he would have just said it and didn't matter if it was the finals. But wow, I wonder what it's going to be. Is it going to be a full year suspension? Is it going to be suspended indefinitely until he gets the help he requires? Not sure what to expect there, but it'll be interesting. My guy said R.I.P. to Skip and Shannon. Yeah, you know what? I'm happy for Shannon Sharpe. He's able to agree to a buyout with Fox, so that way he can do his own thing. You know what? We all saw the writing on the wall when Skip started disrespecting Shannon multiple times this season. It already happened previously, but kind of like under the table. And now you see the consequences of that. Skip Bayless, you got to learn how to respect your co-host, man. They never acted as equals, but he always acted like he was his boss. And as a result, Shannon, I guess, and this is my opinion, I think that really had a factor into it. My man says Spurs just hating on the Lakers trying to F up the cha-cha. He said, keep the main core together. They need the chemistry. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which direction we go in this offseason. I don't think Austin Reeves goes anywhere. He said it. He loves it here. The way the fans, we treat him. See, real Laker material players understand that we have the most passionate fan base out there. So obviously when you play like crap, we're going to let you hear about it, right? But when you play extremely well and you're efficient and you become a fan favorite like Austin Reeves did, the love is uncommon. You don't find this kind of Laker love anywhere else. That's why our boy Kuzma still misses the Lakers. The other day he made a comment about Rob Pelinka not keeping his promise, about keeping the young core with him included. So players still miss the Lakers, man. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm not surprised. We got the best fan base in the world, the best city, and just wonderful weather and all that, everything that comes, beautiful people, everything that comes with it. So, I'm not shocked that guys want to be here, and that's what I think will happen with Austin Reeves. He might sign a different offer sheet just to get paid more, but the Lakers will match. They'll match anything, even up to 100 mil or so. The rumors go today. Dan, I don't like Naz Reid. Why not? Give me 3 good reasons why you don't like Naz Reid. Naz Reid would be an awesome fit here with the Lakers if he could take a discount. Talked about recently in a podcast. I uploaded the clip on here earlier today about how he loves playing here in Los Angeles. So how about instead of part-time, full-time, become a Laker. That'd be perfect. You just got to take the mid-level exception, whatever that is. And yeah, I mean, for 1 year at least, why not? Yo, what up, Empire? What's up, brother? Can't wait to chop it up tomorrow, man. He said VanVleet is nice if LeBron's healthy next year. If not, then we should go for Kyrie. He's a true closer. I'm very excited for a lot of things, man. Free agency is one of them. The draft is another one. Just dropped the draft video, man. Talking about my top 5 favorite prospects that are realistic at the 17th pick. Now, there's obviously better players ahead of them, but I didn't put none of those on my list because they weren't realistic, right? Certain guys like Anthony Black, guys like that, they're gonna go lottery picks. So not even gonna waste you guys' time. But I actually put 5 prospects that I really like that I think have a chance of slipping down to the Lakers, could potentially be draft day steals. So definitely check that video out. It's up right now, and hit that like button on that as well. Laker fans, are y'all pulling for Denver to say we lost to the champs, or are you pulling for Jimmy and them to take them out because they took us out? That's a good question for y'all, man. My boy Empire Jeff wants to know. Now, I'll tell you personally, I am pulling for the underdog Jimmy Butler, not only because they beat us and their head coach is cocky and they're basically already raising the Larry O'Brien, but I'm pulling for them because they're the underdog, and Jimmy Butler definitely been putting in work in this league. I mean, people forget he's been around for a minute. His backstory is amazing. I mean, he played with the likes of Joe Kim Noah, Derrick Rose. Now it's his turn to put on. Love me some Jimmy Butler, and I wish him the best. That's the main reason I root for Miami. Not to mention Pat Riley is an all-time Laker. I always, as long as he's not going up against us, I wish him the best. And then Spoelstra is just a phenomenal coach who's not worried about who's getting the limelight or whatnot. He's worried about getting wins, which is how it should be. So, yep, for those reasons, I'll say Miami. Who are you guys going for? Are you going to do a mock draft? I won't be doing a mock draft, but I will be doing my top, 5 to 3 second round pick potential players, like at the 47 pick. So that's coming up next. Do got to hit 250 likes on that other video, though. Show me you guys like the content, and then I will definitely drop that other video. Already in the works, by the way. I'm already scouting some of these guys. I've been watching. Listen, I've watched full clips, full video of these guys, not just highlights, in order to tell you what my top. I take this serious because this video is going to be up on the internet forever. Years later, people come back, say you were right or you were wrong. Regardless, I take pride in being somewhat of a amateur scout. But it's fun for me to guess young talents' futures and stuff like that. So, and remember, a lot of the times it's not just the players you draft, but where they get drafted to and how they're developed. The Lakers have one of the best coaching staffs and one of the best player development groups out there, and they've done a tremendous job. That I expect us to even be players, in free agency, not just the NBA free agency, but the player pool of guys go undrafted. So that's very interesting to me as well. We'll see how many gems we can get that go undrafted. I'm hoping for really good guys to go undrafted. But we'll see. Again, it's always interesting. Nas Reed to the Lake Show, I'd love it. I think he'd be a perfect fit alongside Anthony Davis. I do. Somebody to do the dirty work, get some block shots, space the floor. But again, we'll see what happens moving forward. Hey, you know what? It sure as heck seems that way, doesn't it, brother? It seems I got a crystal ball. I've been right about a lot of young prospects in the past. Remember, I was bummed out when we drafted Mo Wagner over Mitchell Robinson. I knew that would be a mistake. At the time, we needed a big man as well. Mitchell Robinson ended up being a starting caliber center on the Knicks, while Mo Wagner is a journeyman, right? Who's on different teams and stuff like that. So, yeah, definitely check that video out. You guys know I'm pretty spot on with the player. As far as the player scouting goes, you would think I have a crystal ball. He said he does way too much ISO sometimes, even though he's good. I want to see more passing out of him. Who are we talking about? Nas Reed? Not sure. Not sure who we're talking about there, buddy. We need a season together to build the chemistry. Keep Beasley. Now that is a player I would not like to keep. Now, whether they sign him in order to trade him in the future by the trade deadline or they hold on to him, he's just too for me. Maybe he gets more comfortable within the offense. Maybe he doesn't. Bottom line is this, man. We need some efficiency from that shooting position. Again, there's some great guys in the draft. Go check out my video. Maybe somebody from there, right? Now, there's 2 ways you can approach the NBA draft. You can draft via best talent available or for need, right? What do you guys prefer in the chat? Well, if you were a general manager in the NBA, if you ran the Lakers, what would you draft for? For need, because we need some more size in the paint. We could use some more shooting. Wing depth doesn't hurt. Or you drafting based on the best talent available, which would be, even if it's a guard, even if we don't need a guard, if the best player available is a guard, you bring somebody like that in. That's the real question GMs have to ask themselves, right? For me, I'm trying to mix the both, right? I'm trying to get it right in the middle. I'm drafting a little bit towards need, but if there's a player that really stands out, then I got to go with him, right? And I got to try to either trade up to the draft or try to, hopefully some of these other prospects slip down towards the second round pick. Best talent available. See, some people will say that, Craig. Some people will say best talent available, but others will say we are going to draft for need. And our need, man, we could use a rim protector for reals. And again, you go back and you watch my video, and you'll see my number one option and why I chose that. I explained it very thoroughly and quickly. But yeah, listen, there was a power struggle for me into who I would pick number one. Now, number one, obviously, I went with a big because I feel like him alongside AD or even backing up AD would be solid, right? As a rookie and somebody that comes from a prestigious university. But my number two option, man, I really like. I really wrestled with myself over the last couple of days. I almost put my number two option at number one. That's how much I like this kid. All right, Kentucky product, just to give you a hint. But definitely go check it out. I'm all about defense. You guys know me. We had plenty of offense this season. I know in the Western Conference Finals we were lacking, but I'm not looking to draft offense from the 17th pick. I'm looking to draft for other tools potentially, defense especially, man. That's what I'm looking for. But yeah, drafting more size, you can never go wrong with that. Drafting best talent available, sometimes it's a hit or miss, right? If that talent pans out, then hit. If it doesn't, let me give you an example, right? The Golden State Warriors, they draft James Wiseman because they needed a big man, or they thought they needed a big man, right? They didn't have one. All they had was Draymond Green at the time, and Looney, and so they felt like they probably needed another big man just for insurance policies. They go with James Wiseman, and they leave your boy LaMelo Ball on the board. Can you imagine LaMelo Ball with the Warriors right now? That would have been insane. That would have been fun to watch as well. But I'm glad it didn't happen because that would have been a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line is, it's all about what the GM prioritizes more, right? If they're infatuated by somebody that's left on the draft board, they might go with their gut and say, you know what? We can address these other needs in free agency. Let's go with this player. But I think you got to go somewhere in between need and want, right? Dan, we need a big, and I like your pick. I saw the video. Appreciate you, Vic. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, definitely need a big. I'd love for Anthony Davis not to be able to, not to have to always do the dirty work, and then we expect him to be great on the offensive end as well. It's a handful. We got to be fair to AD. We're very emotional as Laker fans. Some people even calling him soft already. But AD was a beast and a phenom when he was healthy on the defensive end. You can't expect this man to give you everything, all his energy defensively, and then still drop 30 offensively. So therefore, I'd love to move him back to his original position, which is the 4. That's why I've suggested guys like Naz Reid before, and have somebody else come and do the dirty work, block shots, rebound, clog the lane, stuff like that. Clean up the boards, get a second chance possessions, all that. That would be nice. My man says someone always slips down in the draft. Guys, I'm going to be live this year during the draft, and hopefully you guys will join me. But it's going to be fun, man. This is one of the deeper drafts I can remember. It's not just top heavy. There's some sleepers. That's why I made the video I made. Definitely some sleepers, and I hope that the Lakers get their hands on one. They're excellent at just scouting young talent. This is what has me so hyped. Also, they can always buy another second-round pick, or they can hope somebody slips completely out of the draft, maybe an Imani Bates type player. A lot of question marks about him. But you just never know, right? What could happen in the draft. So it's going to be fun. And I cannot wait for the 22nd. We're 21 days away, right? June 22nd, officially the NBA draft, and we will be going live. Heck, I don't know if the guys will be available. I might invite some guys on board to come in and watch the draft with me. So we'll see. Bobby I heard the Bobby Portis rumor. Now, what do you guys think of that one? Rumor has it that Bobby Portis would love to come and play for Darvin Ham. Bobby Portis is a dog, right? He's basically he's a more offensive version of Draymond, defensively lighter version, but I mean, he does the dirty work. He's exactly the type of player that we need alongside AD. He doesn't necessarily have to be a legit 7-footer, but just somebody that plays big and somebody that's not afraid of the big moments. We know Bobby Portis can do that. Now he's getting older, but still, it should be fun. Finals about to tip off though. I want you guys final predictions. Who do you guys have, and in how many games? Spam the chat right now. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be Denver in 6 or 7, but I would love for it to be Miami in 6 or 7. Like that would be awesome. And in order for that to happen, they need to win tonight or the next game for sure. They got to steal one on the road, just like we planned to when we played them. They can do that. They have a good chance. My man say Heat in 5. I like that one. That's an underdog pick. You're the first one to say Heat in 5, brother. Congrats. Denver in 6. Denver. Hey, if the Heat can pull this one off today, I think they got the series. I really do. They'll take full control of the series, and as you can see, even when they let teams back, they're really not ever out of it. Right? Denver in 5. No Doc Rivers to the Lakers. I don't listen. One of the most overrated coaches of all time. Okay, he's still living off of the glory of that handicap ring that they got in 2007, 2008 because we were hurt. Okay, that's the only reason he still gets jobs. So no. Denver in 5, Heat in 6, Heat in 7. Okay, let's see what happens. I will probably come on live with a post-game recap tonight, especially if the game's really good. If it's a blowout, don't even waste your time. But I might do, you guys, last week I did video game nights on Thursday. I might do that every Thursdays till the regular season comes back just to have more content, more interaction with you guys. Is always a blast. So keep it locked right here. Hit that post noti bell. I will maybe see you guys after the game. If not, I might go live and do game nights again like we did last week. All right. Enjoy the game. Go Heat just for the series. And let's see what happens. All right. Peace.